Innovative.
Innovative comedy. I'm listening.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm waiting on you. I'm listening to him, but I'm like getting shit. I was turning my volumes down.
Oh yeah, I need to do
I'm
that
getting
shit.
look, see, getting my topics
Get
up.
my shit together.
I'm like, he like, are you ready?
I'm cool as Cam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet, and today I'm here with the homies, and we want to talk some shit and laugh.
Hey,
Talk some shit. You know what time it is. It's your boy that always shine to keep them promos. It's right on time. That's right. The promo king himself. Product 5 Staxx and counting.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
So he already introduced himself, so we ain't got to introduce him. It's your boy.
Oh, I
Tony
thought
Graham.
that's my bad. I thought
well,
that's
we don't
what
ever
was
introduce
doing.
nobody. We
Kim
just
came with that dope ass
that shit
intro.
was
I'm
perfect.
like, nigga, let me
that shit was
do-
perfect.
It wasn't done
my
yet.
bad.
It was. He said it was. So if
My
you-
fault. Oh, I already said on the.
This
oh,
is a
my
perfect
fault.
way to start because it's like, hey, we getting close to that 100th episode. We changing everything
All right,
up.
for sure.
so
My bad.
that shit was
Leave it
smooth.
to Staxx to fuck it all up. My fault.
That shit was all smooth.
Yeah.
Do you wanna?
Make sure you tap in with our website,
damn, I done
www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture.
Yeah.
I done stepped all over the plug and everything. My bad, bro.
And it's your boy
Tap
Tony
in with
Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS, and shit. I'll follow you back. And we here, Innovative Comedy. It was good.
Yeah. Oh, but I gotta drop how they get.
Oh yeah. Dude, how you want?
I'm always over here running my fucking. Okay, so if you want to tap in with me, I'm doing this new thing where I want people to tap in through my other Instagram. So 5_Staxx_showcase. 5Staxx_showcase. Tap in with that's my fan page. Get at me.
Yeah. So it's good with everybody. Everybody been.
Man, chilling, bro. Like
We live. We
Feeling
back
good,
in.
man.
We up in here.
that's real shit, bro. I was just watching that video. Milk. Shout out to Milk.
Yeah. Shout out, man.
He was actually
Gilligan Slayer.
Yeah, the Gilligan Slayer. He actually was doing a review on the video on Clubhouse. It was Whack 100, and he got into it with Sharp from No Jumper, and I thought that shit was crazy because it was like, you know, the way Whack was pressing Sharp, and at certain points it kind of seemed like Sharp was kind of like, but I don't think Sharp a bitch though.
So a lot of the came out from that because Sharp he's not a Clubhouse nigga that really knows that, and the room he was in, and he was being muted a lot.
Okay,
That came out, so a lot of it, they were like,
I believe
like
it. That's what,
nobody
yeah.
really
That 100
punked
ENT,
him.
they do that
They
when
was
you in
like
there.
muting him, so really when they was like, oh, why he quiet, it really, Sharp go up on everybody.
Yeah, he
they
do,
try to act
bro.
like he only go up on women or whatever,
Yeah.
like Sharp go up, man.
I think that's why during a certain point you kind of seen him kind of like just chill out because he already knew what was going on.
That's what he called
seen
Dago, nigga.
Yeah, he seen the play.
Call
yeah.
Dago.
Yeah, he seen the play. But that was real interesting to me. I just kind of be wondering like Wack is a certain age now, and he still be having niggas kind of worried about getting off in the street with him. I mean, does it reach a certain point where some niggas gonna like really challenge him and say, "Well, fuck it, I'll get in the street with you"?
There's a dude I watch, and he always has a point, and he used to say it about Suge, and he says it, and to this day, he says it about Wack. He goes, you know, Suge, and of course he was a nigga, he had the muscle and all that, the shooters, the police, he had everybody. Had anybody ever tested that nigga's chin? And that nigga used to say that for years until the homie Greg really tested that nigga's chin.
Yeah.
And Greg wasn't no big nigga.
Yeah.
Greg was just a stocky little, wasn't even no super stocky, but just a solid little.
Yeah.
And it took him 5 seconds, and he's known as a nigga that like,
wow.
you know what I mean? So it's a nigga we ain't seen. That little funny little fight he had with the 2 old white dudes. And the shit with Stitches, where he low-key socked Stitches in the side of the head because he was saving his investment in Game, and Stitches was about to go ham on Game, and that's why he socked. So that's all we've seen, other than you beef with everybody, but who you really get down with, kind of like. And it's like you threaten everybody, and it's hey, whatever happens. But I just feel like just to be that age, to be more relevant than damn near all your artists, damn near, because of what you do. And is it like, does it trickle down to them, or like, I don't know. It just seemed the dramatic shit get weird after like so long of you yelling at your phone.
Right.
Like, and
I ain't gonna lie, look, that shit can be addictive sometimes. I used to get into that, you know, like I got like 1,000 followers on there.
it's turned up, like,
Yeah, you know
but
what
it's
I'm
like
saying?
when
But
you know, it's like not your
Yeah,
every
bro.
day.
I'm telling you, bro, that shit can become poison, bro.
Exactly.
You do that shit too much, because especially some of the rooms that I really like used to be in a lot, bro. Like it'd be just poison the whole time. Niggas just calling each other everything in the book and
Nigga, I'm gonna blow your nose off,
bro. Like
come on,
talking
bro.
about shit they want to do with niggas' mamas and everything in there,
it's
bro. Like it get
and at
crazy.
the time, this person won't never have no profile pic.
Nothing, bro.
And
They
you'll
wanna
never know.
troll,
You'll
bro.
never see this. They'll be in the same room with you and be quiet as hell,
We in the age
and
of
knowing who
internet
you
troll.
are, and they ain't got no real. They gonna be like, I hope he don't know, realize I'm the dude that said.
Yeah.
And I felt it's a lot of that just with people, not just on Clubhouse, with Instagram, whatever. So
Yeah.
I just looked at it as like, I don't know. When I seen that, and it's to see how Sharp, and that's what Sharp told academics, like, nigga, that's the difference between you and me, is I do this shit, I'll do it to people's faces. I've done it to people's faces, and they see that. That's why I'm viral.
That's true.
Like, you do this over the internet, like sitting in your mom's basement, or like sitting in a computer chair talking shit up to a camera.
Yeah, it's
like
a lot
if you really
different.
look at it, it's a lot different when that energy was on, with niggas telling them they was gonna smack him on Everyday Struggle, and he was doing the Mr. Burns fingers and shit, like,
Yeah.
and like now you King Ack and you yelling with the bottle of Hennessy at the computer, yelling at the lens. That's just kind of
Yeah. I mean, you know, niggas have a certain, like, I don't know. We are in the age of the internet thug. I keep telling people that.
the
bro.
mouse pad
What that
mobster.
nigga say? I lay on my side.
I lay on my back. I lay on my stomach. Sometimes I lay on. No, they ain't got no picture of Whack. They ain't got no picture of me. That nigga, don't get caught with your drawers down.
Get
Shout
caught
out
with your
Spider
drawers
Log. Shout out Spider Log. Most easy on my mama's
Don't
mama.
get caught with your ass.
And that's what's funny. I got a blood homie. I see this nigga like every other day. And he see me, and that's his greeting. Don't get caught with your drawers. So it's like everybody kind of like, no, it ain't about where you from, or when people know a genuine person. They know this dude seem kind of like you kind of down talk niggas when they pass, and or when they go to jail, or it just seem, and then you just scream through a phone. And the funniest shit I ever heard Wack do on Clubhouse, because I've been on Clubhouse like once. But the funniest shit I ever seen him do, I watched the YouTube clips, and he was going at it with some Compton. Like I don't know if they was from Fruits or they was from somewhere, but they was going up, and it was like three of them and Whack, and this nigga, they was getting him to where he couldn't really, like, they was like, nigga, you can't say it, and he was just, fuck it, nigga, I'll see you niggas on Saturday at the park, watch. and he hangs up. And the thing is, they still in the room. What's going on Saturday at the park? they genuinely was like, wait a minute. It was because he was got. Like they beat him at his own game. You can't out gangbangers. We real Compton blood niggas, OG niggas you on the phone with that got resumes.
Yeah.
And they was getting him. So and when he kept trying to. He was trying to talk calm to them, because I peeped that he talked crazy to certain people, and he tried to reverse. He tried to reverse psychology people, and when niggas is really on his head about some shit, and he know those are people that niggas know really put hands on people or get shit.
Right.
He kind of talk real lighter, but like, I don't care. It's more of a dismissive.
No, I
so
get it,
that shit was the funniest shit. He watch Blood on Saturday. I'll see you niggas at the park. Click. And then it was just, Saturday at the park? What's going on? They was asking each other, and then the whole call just ended. I was like, man, I be dying watching that shit, but I don't know, it just seemed everybody in real life, I don't know. But even you, like, you getting in, you do your shit, but you out here really in the ring.
Yeah, bro.
You out here
really
taking, I left a comment on your, you had to post, and I see you got the stable of champs right now.
Oh yeah, bro.
Like,
It's the section.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
nigga.
I got a whole stable of, like, you know, world class
Champions.
athletes. Champions.
Shout out to Compton Mania.
Shout out to man.
Shout out to
homie
Compton
Deshaun
Mania,
Roll,
my boy Deshaun.
But I left a comment. I was like, this nigga like the hood Bobby the Brain Heenan, and I was watching wrestling the other night, and I rethought that, because Bobby, although he's a legend, he's in that era, and he had his stables of, you know, Andre, Perfect, Flair, Rude. You know, he had a run. He always had a run. But now I have to give this nigga more as like you to Paul Heyman. Because you take Paul Heyman, any era. Any one nigga can beat almost any company.
Paul E. Dangerous.
Like this nigga, you just take Paul.
Come out with the fucking
Shout out to
big
Paul
ass
Heyman.
You take Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman.
Yeah, bro. And then the thing about it is, look, check out. Remember when he was with Rob Van Dam?
You took the words out of my mouth.
With Rob Van Dam
literally,
and Sabu,
I was about to say,
he was always with champs.
Imagine the CM Punk, Paul Heyman.
But you know why?
Any Paul Heyman, but Paul Heyman is just Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman.
Yeah, bro.
You see it's his stamp. And it's the fact that people can say they're a Heyman guy when people Stone Cold Steve Austin is a Heyman guy.
Yeah, bro.
You see what I'm saying with the Hollywood Blondes and Brian Pillman, and it's just
there's a reason why he always with guys with the gold. The reason why is because that dude. I'm gonna just keep it real. Like he is the mastermind behind a lot of the feuds, a lot of the stuff that goes, the smart shit. He's behind a lot of it, so that's why they put him with people. I remember Roman Reigns first left the Shield, and they could not figure out what to do with him.
He was the only one that still had the same.
Yeah, they could not figure out what to do with him.
Still dressed like
you
a
seen
security.
Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins kind of doing their own thing.
They got their own
becoming
image
their own. Roman Reigns, we knew he was big. We knew he was an animal.
He still looked like a security guard.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
They still had him in the
They
Shield
didn't know
gear
what to do with
like
him, bro. Now you look at him, but he's not the only one. Like another one that's real good, MVP. MVP is another one. Because I just recently got put on the Hurt Business.
Montel. Oh, you didn't know, really?
I didn't know about the Hurt Business.
Yeah, they didn't broke up, got back together.
Damn, these two. Yeah, like
it makes sense though.
Yeah, so like you know,
Shelton Benjamin.
To be a good manager, you have. And I'm gonna keep it kayfabe because this is a shout out to Deshaun. Okay, to be a good manager, you have to know what you're looking for in a champion. All right, like you see me, I rep the Rock and Rodeo Express. They got the tag team goals. All right, and then you got my boy Shiloh Greaves.
That's crazy how everything comes full circle.
Everything full circle.
I had to drag Shiloh out of here one time.
But that's my boy.
For overstepping the bounds.
Man, but that's my boy now.
He stepped to 5 stacks. I had to get him out real quick. But now look at him. They standing tall on top of the
real. That's what I'm saying. We have to bring it together for the sake of the larger dream.
Exactly. That's
I've solidified myself as the greatest manager. And to keep this clip, make sure you got this clip because I want everybody to understand that you are talking to the greatest manager in the history.
Say it 5 times.
Of Compton Mania. You're talking to the greatest manager in the history of Compton Mania. I make kings. If you ain't thinking, you ain't winning. This is the section. We belong. But you don't.
No, nigga, you don't. Hey, I love that shit. This nigga, so I
just thought of like just something real random. Like Shiloh could be the first wrestler, right, in Compton Mania to hold every title, including the women's championship.
Every title.
That's
every
like
title,
crazy.
Yeah.
In any company.
Yeah. But
I don't know if that's ever been done. Like
that's
to
crazy.
where we know about.
But you know the tag team, we got to give the tag team chance they do. Moonshine Rex.
Shout out to the Rock and Rodeo.
Yeah, shout out to the Rock and Rodeo Express. Moonshine Rex and my boy TMD, the Muff Daddy. You know what I'm saying?
The Muff Daddy.
Both of these guys, these guys are world class athletes. They went in there and they beat the tar out of the Doom Gods and walked out with the belts. That's what they were supposed to do. So, you know, I mean, and they knew we sat down, we had a meeting on it. We knew we strategized and we figured out what was our best way.
Bomb first.
Yeah. And I just want to say one more thing about that whole thing. Hey, Mr. Sean Wack. You and Project Bunny. I don't even call you Wes. Project Bunny. Talking to you two. Both of you two cats are the lamest. Why would they take two overweight chumps, put them together, and think that they got any kind of shot against the greatest and closest thing to perfection that they will ever see in the section? And then I think that's why they're upset.
You gotta have that, like,
you got Wes who walks around with this little tiny beanie on his head. His head is too big for that damn beanie. Increase the size of your beanie. And then we got Sean Wack, who was the shortest reigning champion in Compton Mania history because he lost to a real champion, and we left him hog-tied in the ring like a roast turkey. I hope you like. He looks like one too. He looks the part. So make sure y'all understand that on March the 30th. Yeah, it's Compton Mania against the world. And the section, we rep for Compton Mania now. We don't rep against it. We brought them into the section. Ooh. And we pushing out Project West and Sean Wack, excuse me. It's up and it's stuck and it's not coming down. You know what it is.
I'm in the back laughing like Mr. Perfect. When Flair used to shoot Savage. I had Elizabeth. And nigga Perfect was in the back. He was dying.
And I did happen to get my eyes on
I was
one
about to drop your
Maserati.
intro music, but I couldn't get it in. I'm like, damn.
Hey, I happened to get my eyes on one though.
We gotta make a clip. That's gonna be a clip, and you're gonna have it playing through. That's the first clip.
I want to get my fingers in the women's division too, though.
I want to get my fingers in the.
In more ways than one.
This nigga
I want to get my fingers in that division. Maserati, the section is watching you, baby. Mozzie, the section. We fuck with you. We want you to come fuck with us. Let's do this.
That's fucking hilarious. Hey, but you doing your shit though, bro. Like,
Got to.
I was saying it, and I was just like, but that hit me. I was like, hey, this nigga, that's some Paul Heyman type. Like, it just because Paul was, he's been that nigga from the jump, and he still is from the talent to. And I see like how you kind of like you there, and you did shit. And your shit is solid. You like it does. You do belong. You see what I'm saying? It ain't just a catchphrase. It meshes well. It ain't like, man, what this nigga doing here? Like, what's all this shit is corny.
I kick it with cats like Tony Graham, man.
Hey.
You feel me? Like, I'm on.
Hey, you gotta. That's always be in the back. It was always a nigga in the back when a promo was being shot. There was four or more wrestlers in the stable. It was always one in the back.
Well, you already know you part of the section.
Hey, I'm gonna show up and get my
You know what I'm saying? You know what it is.
This is the shoulder bump. And they would just do the shoulder bump and fix their jacket and look at the camera and laugh. And they wouldn't say shit. They just be and hold the shoulders and rub shoulders.
Yeah, on everything.
I'm gonna be that nigga. I'm that nigga in the stable. I'm here to throw an elbow to the back of the head.
I got a question on Grants. If you was a wrestler, what would your name be?
I don't know. Probably be like, I don't know, like totally just T Grams.
T Grams?
So I'll just come with the
now
T Grams.
Now coming to the ring.
T Grams. I'm gonna work with something. I'd come up with something.
What would your gimmick then be? You come out with a bunch of like wheat, like
not even that. I'd just be.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
I'd just be kind of like I'd say like some smooth, but
you,
not like
you gotta
like
have
Fandango. No fucking.
Yeah, you gotta have a gimmick. You gotta have a hook, right?
It would be like
so. If it's 20 grams, I mean, you come out with the.
I don't want to be the doctor of thugonomics type, but like something like similar to like it's like JTG and Shad used to kind of come out.
Yeah, Crime Time.
But not even. Crime it would be more like cooler than that though.
Bro, I actually read and watched a video about what happened to them cats. You remember Crime Time, right?
That shit was so sad, dude.
Okay, well, Chad Gaspar died.
Yeah, that shit was sad. And how he went out was like, it was some heroic shit.
Yeah, it really was,
like,
bro. It really was.
Like, that shit was crazy.
But even prior to that, like, I remember they just stopped being on the show, and I was tripping out, like, where did these guys go, right? So, as it turns out, they had done something, like, they went off the reservation. They did their own thing when they were supposed to, like,
some indie shit.
Yeah, they did some indie shit, but it was more so because another wrestler that was already popular too, was like, hey, I want you guys in on this, and they did it. Yeah, and it pissed the wrong person off. That's how I usually go.
That's like,
you piss the wrong person off in the back room, and you know.
And it'd be like, I feel like nobody's opinion should matter but the motherfucker cutting the checks.
That's real.
Like, honestly, like, fuck what you think, or fuck you and your feelings, and you think I shouldn't do it. If the motherfucker that pays me, or that hired me, or that can fire me is saying, hey, I don't think you should do that, I'd be like, all right, if I value this job more than, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I can't do it, bro. My shit on the line here. Other than just somebody in their feelings that just is an ass kisser to the person that can get me cut. That's like, I feel like that's foul. Like, and that's a lot of that politics shit.
That's real.
It seemed like backstage, and we've come to learn about as we get older.
In any realm of entertainment, you got gatekeepers, bro. You got people that's going, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got people that when you get to a certain point, they already know your name from your past or whatever.
Yeah, they just know.
And they just like, nope. And then you doing a U-turn. You got to do a U-turn in the business because you don't piss the wrong person off.
They just got to start over or just rebuild or rebrand or so. I don't know. I just look at
certain cornerstones you don't piss off.
So speaking of that, I just like how just people going back and forth with industry people. I just seen this thing on Comedy Hype about Faison Love saying that Cat Williams is the most overrated comic.
What?
Exactly. And then like I believe Cat Williams said Faison was underrated. Like so,
Faison is underrated. So I'll agree with that. But overrated for Cat Williams?
But I don't even know. Like Faison's a known legendary. He's funny.
A comedic actor.
His scenes in Who's Your Caddy?
Was it
Nothing to Lose or the shit with Chris Tucker, the jail scene.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, that's a classic scene, though.
Oh, yeah,
That's a classic scene.
Nothing. I always confuse it with nothing to lose.
Money Talks.
Money Talks. So, like, we know him from that fucking just different films and movies.
But it's like
TV
older movies
shows.
that what he was in, too.
He's
like,
in a lot of newer shit, though.
where he still had hair and shit.
He was a security guard. He was still funny as fucking Bad Santa when he was a security.
I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this since Face I Love
had hair. Had a flat top when he had that high ass Arsenio flat top. So it's shit like that that's like, okay, like you cool, you got your shit. But it's like to call a nigga that really this nigga is one of the few niggas that done had a special in the last 20 years that had me laughing all the way through.
And Cat Williams,
and every time he go on stage.
I've had people tell me that they met Cat Williams at a barbershop one time, and they said it's not an act. Like,
exactly.
He can't
see that
turn
nigga
it
in the
off.
Fox Hills
I met
Mall.
him at a pool party. And
Niggas have seen him in the Fox Hills Mall.
He
like,
can't
same
turn it off. He's
walking
just
through
funny
the Fox
all
Hills.
the fucking time.
So if all three of us say that, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like we know that. So try to downplay another nigga. Like, yeah, you went at Aries Spears. Seems like everybody go at Aries Spears. I like Aries Spears.
Well,
but
I don't have no issues with Aries Spears.
Like
but how you let that man beat you upside your head that way on that show?
His explanation on Corey Holcomb's show, Zoe
I would have swung back.
He said, because he said, one, they were all drunk. He said he was roasting and he was talking shit and he was going in on the whole jokes he was talking. He was like, oh, nigga, you a light-skinned nigga, you ain't gonna do nothing. And he was like, I didn't realize the nigga was really getting mad.
So like that.
And that's what Corey was saying, like, and he like, I really thought we was just shooting, like we all comedians. I didn't know he was really getting hot. So he was like, I was drunk.
Ain't no
and then
Grams, you a comedian. Hold on, this is my argument with that, Grams. You a comedian, bro, and even you, but you a street nigga too.
Yeah.
So you tell him, when you joking and let's say you doing the show. And you roasted somebody in the audience, a heckler or whatever, you know that there's a certain line because you can see it in the nigga face like, all right, my nigga, stop playing.
And I've seen it
like they'll have that
just
look on their face. All right, my nigga, all right.
Just to detour out the story real quick, that happened when I was hosting at the Rooftop on Melrose, and this nigga, I get bumped. The nigga called me to do the show. I'm waiting to get up, like I didn't even host. He was like, I just want you can just go up and like right before the headline. Yeah. And so I'm like, all right, cool. And then another nigga show up and he's been there, but he's like, well, I'm gonna put him up and I ain't got enough time. And I'm like, all right, whatever it is. Yeah. So this nigga go up and he's some older comic from Compton, I guess. Yeah. And he up there and he's killing it for about 3 minutes. Like fucking hilarious. And I'm like, okay, the nigga funny. And then he starts doing crowd work on this nigga in the front row. What's up, nigga? What's up? Blah, blah, blah. How old are you? And the nigga like, oh, I'm 28. And he like, 28? And the nigga probably looked at the most maybe 35. But he like, nigga, you look 48, nigga. And it's like, it's funny. And he laughing and cracking jokes. And the dude's still laughing. And he like, and you go, that's your girl? Oh, and how old are you?
There it is.
And then she like, and he
there
like,
it is.
He like, oh, yeah, what you all in your 50s or something. And she like, I'm 30. And he like, oh, bitch, you old as fuck, bitch.
Here we go.
And he like, dude, like, hey, chill out.
Dude over there,
and
yeah.
He like, hey, chill out, bro. And he like, man, fuck you, nigga, with your old face, bitch. With you, he's like, fuck you and your old face, bitch.
Oh, shit.
And that's why you ain't got no teeth on the side, nigga. And like he just started, and it went from him it was like it wasn't even jokes. Like you just went in on this dude. That was like he was having fun with it. Yeah. And now you start dissing his chick. And then dude like, man, just go back and tell your jokes, bro. Like he say that like, man, I'm telling jokes on you, nigga. You ain't gonna do nothing,
chill,
nigga.
Bro. Like right then and there, you gotta like, okay, my bad, bro. And then after the show, because you're not fucking Chris Rock, you're not Kevin Hart, nigga. So after you're not Dave Chappelle, nigga. So after the show, you go up to them and you apologize to them, shake their hand and thank them for coming to the show.
Buy niggas drinks. Hey, my bad. I was jokes.
That was all jokes. You didn't have to be you don't have to be a bitch about it, but you be a professional.
It's just being, and then people will be like, oh no, it's cool. Yeah,
and they'll come to every show you do after that.
Like, man, he got me.
So they can be like, yeah, because they'll be like, okay, he made it. Let's say he make it. They want to be able to be like, okay, we was two people that was there before he made it like that, and we had a story. We got a story now about this cat. Like, let's say that was you, Grams. They be like, damn, we knew Tony Grams before he was Tony Grams like that. Man, that nigga
they tied into your history.
Yeah, nigga put their own little story. My man was gonna whoop Tony Graham, man. Like, you know, they gonna put extras on it.
Whatever. Was about to work that nigga.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, oh God, like, so, you know, you gotta do things. It's about how you handle certain situations as they come to you, and that's what, to me, I feel like that's what separates a leader from somebody that's just a regular motherfucker.
That's just in there to just And also, but so just like with that, and just like you said, just people. So with just him, like I felt like he just, I gotta watch it again maybe, but when Zoe just started firing off on him, he was like, oh shit. Like, and you see he just kind of covered, he went into defense mode. And that do make sense if you don't really know a nigga was mad and you thought it was jokes and you drunk as shit. Yeah. And a nigga starts socking you in the back of the head, you gonna be like, the fuck? Like,
that fight or flight response is crazy.
Motherfuckers will get up and start firing back.
That's what I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like,
he might have been disoriented.
He might have been, but at the same time, like if you, like, bro, what they say in the boxing ring,
protect yourself
at all times. So you can sit there and I'm sitting there capping and I'm talking shit.
You still gotta have awareness in every situation. You gotta know what's going on around you.
By what I'm saying, like you gotta be prepared for that. Like Grizz, I already know you prepared for it. You ain't no bitch nigga, so you already know. Like, let's say some nigga take a joke wrong, nigga, you gotta be ready for whatever.
Nigga gonna be up there swinging mic stands.
Yeah, all kind of shit.
Like Conan.
But I think niggas is but look, Grams, I think niggas a little afraid to run up on stage after that shit with Dave Chappelle. You seen that nigga arm get turned inside out?
He was cuffed.
That nigga shit was that.
He was covered from behind, but it was still in the front. Like, it was
shit
weird.
Looked like a Lego.
This shit was an optical illusion.
Oh, what was going on with that?
That nigga arm became an optical illusion. Nigga. Like,
you gotta think celebrities like that, they gonna have personal security. That's gonna be.
They said that happened from Busta Rhymes and John Stewart.
Did you see what Busta Rhymes last year?
With the bitch.
She tried to grab his ass.
Oh yeah, Busta Rhymes threw the drink on her.
Yeah, he turned around like
a lot of it.
All right, now listen. Okay, wait. I'm gonna say this about that. Busta, come on, bro.
Now?
You ain't getting that kind of attention these days like that, like off the random. Unless you paying for it. Let's keep it real as a man. Like, you got dough, and they gonna kick it with you because of the dough or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or you might got one you just fuck with. But as far as the outside female attention of a female coming up and just showing you that attention,
it's rare.
It's rare, bro. Like, so you got to kind of just, you got one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of people on it, like, okay, if that would have been in reverse, a man doing that. Look how they trying to railroad. Like, we could jump just topics to that. How they doing Michael Irvin?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I heard about
and just
that.
Off
it was like a 30-minute.
And it was a 30-second.
30 seconds.
He like and just I guess and she saying like he took it, either told her you want to see my dick or, but even there was witnesses. I was like, bro, like they were talking for like less than a minute and it didn't even seem like that. And his hands were like he never wasn't grabbing on her. So and a lot of people were getting on CBS and ESPN and all these people that dropped him for the Super Bowl. They didn't let him do the Super Bowl.
But why it
wasn't in there like he ain't even guilty. And he ain't even guilty like he did.
For an allegation, that's
exactly.
crazy.
For an allegation. So all he should do is just sue the fuck out of ESPN and CBS.
I would.
Like, nigga, y'all gonna take me, I'm a Super Bowl champ, MVP, all type of things. Come on,
and
bro.
a good commentator,
nigga,
or not commentator, but what they
Michael Irvin.
game day shit they do.
Nigga used to wear honey mustard suits. Honey mustard.
You got like salmon.
You got to be smooth.
Salmon.
Like he was one of the first.
You got to be, man.
With the mink.
You got to be a bad motherfucker.
This nigga went to court in the mink.
You got to be a bad one.
Like this nigga was Frank Lucas and shit.
It's all tailored. It's all. You feel me? It was all tailored.
Tailored shit. Like that nigga and was like smashing with the Cowboys when they went. That's when niggas respected the Cowboys. So I was just. I was like to mess with the Cowboy fans. Like, I like the Cowboys. I just don't like their fans. I respect their dynasty, but they fans be
fans
like
weirdos.
They be super weirdos.
I'm a Niner fan, and I know.
I always say the Niner. I'm a Raider fan, but I just say as a California person, you have to respect the Niners. You have to respect the Niners' legacy. Fucking Joe Montana, Steve Young, Jerry Rice, fucking everybody, bro. Like just the fucking legacy of
we respect
what they brought to California.
But don't get it twisted.
Garrison Hurst.
Garrison Hurst. We respect y'all. We respect y'all too, though, because
it's just a friendly
based off
rivalry.
The history, it's a friendly.
I feel
we used to have wars in the Bay.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like people just like get into the fuck your team shit because that's what's cool. But just as a real California nigga, LA, I had Niner beanies and shit when I was a teenager when it was just, okay, it's just Raiders now. But I was a Niner jersey, I had fucking Dion shit. Right. Like, he the first nigga walk around with bandanas on that you would see just with the dancing on the sidelines and shit. So I remember when he went to the Niners, I was like, that's dope as fuck. And as a Raider fan as a kid, so I always respect that. I can respect dynasties and be like, fuck your fans.
When we got Charles Woodson, I was hyped. Not Charles Woodson, my bad. Wait,
what's it?
Not Woodson. No, it was no. I'm thinking of old boy that used to play for the Steelers when Jerome Bettis was there. That cornerback. Rod Woodson, that's something.
That's all I was like. I knew it was a
yeah,
Woodson.
Yeah, it was it's a couple niggas from the Raiders that came. Charlie Garner. When Charlie Garner came to I think he played. What did he play with us after? Or he played with y'all?
Crabtree. Hey, Crabtree was dope
Crabtree
as fuck.
Went to the Raiders.
Crabtree was dope as fuck on the Niners, and he was even doper on the fucking Raiders. He was
dope.
They fucked up our whole team and got rid of everybody. We had a team, nigga. Like when that season he broke his legs. It's like,
we had a team.
I was hot, nigga. That shit still make me hot. 2015 Christmas.
Did it make you mad that y'all drafted what's his name, DeMarcus Russell?
Man, that shit is weird.
Bro, like that nigga was never it, bro.
I don't know. It was like he looked like he was just a rap nigga that got a football
For real,
contract.
he really was.
I just was like, what's the whole like
he was an extra.
Yeah, like in a Jeezy video.
Yeah.
I felt like he was an extra from like CTE. Like,
I don't understand because if you watch
from Corporate Thug Entertainment, like him and Jeezy, I felt like he just was part of CTE. Him and Blood Raw got a song.
Yeah, he's a rap artist.
USDA.
Yeah, USD. Like he was in US. Yeah, that's right. Like
that's crazy.
It's like that's what I saw when I looked
like
at that.
Like an ad lib nigga for Jesus.
Yeah, that's it. Like he be on the stage in like some jorts and some 13 with a slingshot on like every show. You be like, that nigga stay with Jeezy. That's Jeezy people
that's
right
what
there.
He looked like.
And that nigga just never I don't understand. He didn't put up nothing. That nigga was doo-doo. I hated that we got rid of Terrell Pryor.
Terrell Pryor was hard.
And to me, he was the same thing as Kaepernick. He just, when he couldn't read the defense and didn't know what the fuck to do, just run. Yeah. And he was a tall, like, lanky nigga, and he get yards every step. He was moving. And then that's what they turn into like a wide receiver.
No, but he was
fucking it up.
Cold as a wide receiver too.
I felt like we didn't give him like the chance we should have gave him.
I think that's when he came in the league, he wanted to be a quarterback, bro. Yeah. Like if he would have came in as a wide receiver, let them convert him in the beginning, he probably would have had an even better career. Because he was a cold wide receiver for me.
Super cold. When he went to Cincinnati?
Yeah, I think Cincinnati, yeah.
So I just seen that and it's like so last week I was talking what are your thoughts on the Jay Prince shit?
The Jay Prince and Offset thing?
Just Jay, because a lot of people it's the Jay Prince and Offset thing, and then for a lot of people now it's just the Jay Prince thing. like bro, like it's kind of weird.
Well, what's your take on? Well, you gotta tell me, set it up.
I feel like like I talked about it last week, and I felt like it is kind of some weird shit, especially being an OG, just how we just kind of spoke about the shit with Wack when it's like you have a certain age, you got this allure around you of who you are, and you talk about this mob shit, but you like on interviews with paperwork and kind of like talking about niggas like family members that just it's like weird and like you ain't letting niggas kind of grieve or whatever. Right. Just you like leave this shit alone. It's still an open investigation at that. Why are you even on interviews talking about the shit? And you the mob king nigga, like you the head of this shit.
Right.
And it's like for all this reputation you had for all this time, just you doing a lot of unraveling this shit in a very short time because the internet moves so fast.
Well, this is what I feel too. Let me say this: when people are of a certain that you look at them with a certain type of status and things like that, like all right, this is your position in this game right here. People are expecting you to say something. So
that's a fact.
So it's like in those moments. It's like Run when he was in the bathtub sending out his messages, his tweets in the morning. You feel me?
Twiddling his toes.
Like you got to think about what are you going to say to the world? How are you going to portray?
That's real shit though.
That's fact.
People want to know how they feel about certain topics. It's like this happening, in your area. This is supposed to be all you. Like people want to know what you got to say about it, and that's what really where a lot of it's coming from. But I feel like a lot of times people's words get twisted. Because of like the way the media asked him questions or, just little things like that. They start getting into little battles, going back and forth with people.
You feel his words are being twisted?
I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm just saying it happens.
Yeah, I understand.
Now, in this specific situation, I don't know how it's going because I can't speak for him.
I'm just saying this is his 5th interview talking about the shit.
I mean,
you like going on a circuit tour run talking about an open investigation down there, which is kind of strange.
He making it. He look okay. So the thing with Jay Prince is he made like the business, his business with Drake and everything. Like I didn't really know too much about who Jay Prince was.
Floyd Mayweather, everything.
Until he did his business with Drake, and then like I guess he basically was with he was signed to Jay Prince, wasn't he? Or something to that effect. I know that because he done said a million times.
Jay Prince Jr. discovered it.
Oh, okay, Prince Jr. So his son.
Jr.
So that was how I didn't even see. That's what I'm saying.
And a lot of people are saying that's like the point of like you kind of like you a good talent scout or whatever, A&R, stick to that and stop trying to be your dad because even your resume ain't. Yeah. You ain't got nothing on it, let alone what your dad. And then a lot of people are like, what your dad is kind of, that's the Charleston White. Like lost his shit and went off. And I didn't have feelings about Charleston White, but a lot of shit now I've recently been like agreeing with a lot of shit he say, and I'll be like, damn, I can't, because to me that's a hater. That's when people. I never like the word hater when you like leave comments in the comment section or you say something and niggas hate you a hating ass nigga. No nigga, that's my opinion. If a hater to me is this nigga makes 10 songs and I'm not a fan of his music period. But he makes 10 songs and I get the album and listen to it, and then you got it and you like, hey nigga, this nigga album bumping. And I'm like, all right, and you like, hey nigga, just listen to it. I listen to all 10 songs and 6 of them, I'm like, okay, I might not like 3, but 4 of them I'm fucking with. And then when you ask me, so what you think, man, that shit was trash, nigga. That nigga still doo-doo. I don't fuck with that nigga. That's a hater. When you can hear something and you know it's the truth or it's some real shit and you as yourself still want to acknowledge it publicly because that's a hater to me. Like, so I cannot like a nigga, but you say some real shit and I'd be a hater not to admit that's real shit. That's fact. So when Charleston White says certain shit now and he says some shit about Jay Prince that are just mob ties and he goes, nigga, like when white police motherfuckers kill a nigga, mob ties is nowhere to be found. Right. When Guy Fieri come down and do the barbecue conventions, mob ties ain't nowhere pressing them niggas to check in or extort them. But when a nigga loses chain, it's mob ties, and and I was like, damn, it's some real shit, and it's like this era of like extorting other black people, just extorting other black people. Yeah, it's a fact. And I was like, damn, he's like, they don't do this shit to nobody else, but they not there to help and do shit. Yeah. So it's like, why the fuck? And then it's niggas of an older age that are still respecting that, and it's like, nigga, you got children, this nigga's son age, and you letting this nigga run you off the block.
Well, I mean, it's like the biggest mind. It's like it's the biggest mind fuck in history. Because what it is the police, the government, and basically anybody else that's been anti-black since whenever have always known they only got to do a half good job.
And just half.
And there's a reason. That's what I'm saying. The other, because they know that we going to do half the job for them.
Always.
Against each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you always going to have an opportunistic nigga. You know what I'm saying? You always
got his dreams is bigger than his brain.
His dreams bigger than his brain. So as long as you can keep him in chains and gold, or keep him in pampered in the things that he likes, his drugs,
he look good to everybody
his
else,
ladies, or whatever his vice is.
It's like the black the Black Judas.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever his vice is, we just keep them dripping. Keep them an unlimited supply of that, because we know that's one of them niggas. Yeah, that's what. Because have you ever? So I mean, haven't you ever noticed like you got certain cats, there's certain niggas that they seem like they can say whatever they want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the usual black dude that would do something like that, nigga, you going to jail for it, you getting canceled, they knocking you down for that. But you got certain niggas that look just like you and me that can say whatever they want. You better understand.
They saying it for the right side.
Exactly.
They saying it for exactly. And that's why they're allowed
they don't mind. They don't mind that little bit of being out of order because they got them in order 90% of the time. I see it all the time. It's niggas that sit up there. I don't want to say no names, but it's a couple niggas. Shannon Sharp. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas like that sit there and you sitting there taking that shit off that white man. You taking that shit off that white man. Well, you know you can fold that nigga into a suitcase, nigga, anytime you feel like it. But you also understand that nigga is liked by a lot of people that can make sure you don't have no career no more.
No more, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't hate on him for making the right decision, but
he just riding it out.
Exactly.
And then you have to sometimes wait to see what the motherfucker gonna do.
Exactly.
Like, you'll be like, damn, okay, I didn't see that move coming. I didn't expect that.
Exactly, bro.
And motherfucker, so, but it just, that's just, I don't know what that shit, it just seemed weird of You already talking about a nigga with people and threatening a younger nigga, or this nigga in public talking about nigga don't make me defend myself, and this nigga ain't even talking about you like publicly. He trying to do Grammy tributes to his fallen family member, group mate. Even if they was on bad terms, you bringing up, you wasn't fucking with him when he was alive. And, come on, bro. Like, nigga, you ain't like, that's family, nigga. Like, niggas don't fuck with each other for 3-4 years and then they'll come together and be back in family forever or off and on. That's because it's fucking family. That's what I've always been taught. That's something you don't get in family and relationships. Right. Because they going to have, however they feel about themselves, they going to fix that shit. And then you going to be the nigga still that was talking shit or trying to pick sides and poke from that side. And that's what it looked like to a lot of, I felt even a lot of industry, older people that came out and, I don't know, it just felt kind of like, I don't know. Then it's even the whole Rap-A-Lot shit is like how with Scarface and Willie D going kind of having a little back and forth because he did the 50th anniversary Grammy shit and they didn't have Willie D on stage. And a lot of people was like maybe because Willie D knocked out Melly Mel? You ever they had the boxing match back in the day, and Melly Mel was all slow, but Willie D was a real boxer. Like, fuck Rodney King. You ever hear that song? You think Willie D had a song called Motherfuck Rodney King. That's crazy. Like, nigga talking about, can we all get along?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You remember that? Do you remember that song?
It brought back a memory.
Nigga, look, exactly. He was like, nigga.
It's not in my playlist right now.
It's not in my Rolodex.
Like, that's not.
Motherfuck Rodney King.
Fuck Rodney King.
So I just they had their little Willie D was kind of in his feelings about Face doing the shit without him. Yeah. And I'm like, nigga, I mean, Face was like, nigga, how many times you done performed this shit without me? And like I ain't tripped and like that's it. It is what it is. So I don't know. It's seems like a lot of like older the OGs is kind of like going like on some bickering shit, like little like petty shit. That's the best way to put it. From a lot of them, from the management to the CEOs to the old OG rappers to everybody kind of. And it's not even all the young niggas is smarter. It's just like it just seems like a lot of bitterness right now.
Yeah, it is.
With like the OGs when it should be more like leading.
You gotta understand something though, bro. That generation of OGs is different from the triple OGs that came before them.
That's very true.
Because those niggas came up under hard times. They mama probably had to work double shifts for them.
They're the generation that the triple OGs was saying these niggas is different.
Yeah, exactly. Like they was going like, yeah, like they really had to go get it. The ones underneath them, they was like, think about, I know my generation, we kind of like, we spoil our kids, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's because our parents tried to do a little more for us than their parents could do for them. Mm-hmm. So it's just those people, they grow up without actually having to do the dirt. That's it's true. Like, it's like, I don't know, fucking like, it's like Al Capone's son, let's just say, right? Let's say you Al Capone's son. Nigga, you ain't never got to take a body, you ain't never got to catch a body in your life, bro. You was Al Capone's son.
But see, that's the thing, though.
You say the same for El Chapo Jr.?
But that's no. But that's the thing. How you just said that.
Nah, because he putting in the work while it's...
No. Yeah, he is.
But look how he said now. How you say that when niggas yell mob ties and shit about the mob and they want to emulate the mob. The old mob bosses of that were like real mob bosses, Costellos, Castellanos, all these dudes. The bosses would not just do hits they would like knock bodies down too. Yeah. To show the young niggas like I'm still with the shit and I deserve to be the leader. Yeah. And would sometimes help them cut up bodies or show them how to cut up bodies to dispose of niggas. So the boss stayed getting his hands dirty in real mob shit. Yeah. So it's like that's why. So when you said that's why it just that's the only
had a nigga tied
and
up.
He'll walk in and he'll come in, take his coat off with his suspenders on, and all them niggas will just be standing there watching but that's why he was respected because they know this nigga ain't just sending us out to like a lot of niggas from my era looked at a lot of old niggas. These niggas are sending niggas out to do shit that they either wouldn't do or they never had the balls to do. Or niggas is just we with the shits.
That's real shit.
And that's why a lot of niggas didn't respect. I never kind of respected. Not like I didn't respect no old niggas, but a lot of niggas that I was like, nah.
That's
nigga,
a bar
that's
too.
like,
Jay-Z had a bar like that. He was like, I wouldn't ask nobody to do nothing I wouldn't do myself.
Yeah, like it's just like it's the same thing in just regular working, 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You respect the supervisor that goes on the floor with you working the same.
Exactly.
Like, and you looking like this nigga really like working.
That's talking
all
shit
day, not doing
and
with his hands on his tip looking at you.
Like nigga,
you all shit. Like we out here working. This nigga working with us, so we respect what he say more. It's a lead by example, like really do shit, and I feel like that's what's lacking with a lot of. What you said, you made a good point though. Like you said, these ain't the OGs of the
bro.
OGs.
They didn't really have really look at you just talked about Jay Prince Jr. right? Like I'm not gonna say he not a hitter.
Yeah,
I don't know nothing about the man.
Just what,
but he ain't had to do just because of technology. Not even that, because of technology and where the world is. Like you don't have to. You didn't have to. You got the internet. You really didn't. You don't have to do as much shit as your dad probably did.
And that's one thing. Like Sharp told academics. He was like, bro, like you talk all that shit, but if the internet didn't exist tomorrow, if the internet stopped existing tomorrow, what would you do?
What would you do?
He was like, nigga, I was getting it trapping with no internet. I was a real niggas know who I am.
Exactly. I can make some phone calls.
He was like,
niggas, I can knock on some doors.
He's like, I'm here on No Jumper because of what I did before being on the internet.
Yeah.
That's like
a
what
fact.
And like when he said that, academics really had, it was just I can yell and talk about how rich I am or what I could. And I was like, that point like killed that whole shit of nigga with no internet, real I'm shit. Still sharp. And niggas know sharp.
It's old ass. I found an old ass documentary about Sharp, like way before he ever
when he
even
had the
knew.
Full
when he
hair,
was in,
the full hair.
Bro, I saw it.
And he was and still had all the expensive old school.
He was still working with that ism.
And he was still getting it. And that's his point. He was like, nigga, the internet can go down tomorrow, and
what are you gonna do?
Nigga, you'll be done with all your little minions.
That's
and
real.
These motherfuckers in the Reddits and the the Discords and all this other shit. The
niggas
comments,
get lost in that.
They become the leader of the weird niggas.
Yeah,
the weird niggas that are weird, just as weird, look up to the weird niggas that have a voice.
I want to talk about Poetic Flacco
because
you was telling me we had quite the interesting conversation off air. Would you be willing to talk to him? Because I didn't know. Look, first off, like I don't know Flacco. I've actually talked to him on Clubhouse once or twice. He kind of be a little Hollywood, like. Cause niggas like I don't know.
That's what honestly I know a lot of African niggas, and that's kind of when they get on, that's just natural. Because they feel like I'm on now. So my time is very valuable right now.
This is now 7 Eyewitness News, and I am here interviewing my man Tony Grams.
What it do?
Okay, so
I'm gonna make it do what it do.
So let's go. So Tony Grams, this is going viral. All right, so I want to talk about who Poetic Flacco was before he was Poetic Flacco.
No
I want to know. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull your string. Let you go.
This is from a person's standpoint that witnessed watching lives, and this nigga was a dude that was in and going back and forth with another YouTuber named Lennon Honor. So Lennon Honor, we've played some of his videos on this show because he does a lot of exposing of a lot of the manosphere, the African peddling type dudes that just really out here doing some weird shit, and they using black people as that's their state. I'm getting it, but I'm using this. I'll push black people shit. So he usually goes in on a lot now on Umar. So Flacco, before he was Flacco, and I can't remember his name, but it was like something Jabba. So it was like his actual name, and he's this dude that would kind of defend Umar to like the death. He'd be in different people's lives. He'd be going live with other people and fuck this dude and Umar. No, this. And he'd be, and it was like, I never seen him. That's the thing. I seen him once, but he was slimmer because when they exposed him. I want
to find the name he was.
So it's like, I can go back and watch the lives because they're only from they're still up and they're from 2021. Yeah. And the dude, so I can remember nigga cooking, watching with my phone up in the kitchen, watching a live. And so Flacco pretty much tried to dox Lennon and put his info out. It's the same way Umar tried to dox Lennon because Lennon was really putting the truth out about Umar, about the buildings he bought, the schools, it's not running, there's no running water, no power, no nothing. So the fact that he was hitting all this truth, Flacco was going in like, fuck that, but it was the truth. Yeah. So even Flacco admitted on No Jumper, it got to the point to where it was so much truth, he would say, I couldn't defend Umar no more. But he was in too deep by it at that point. Yeah. He had already threatened women and had weird shit.
He was threatening.
People that were fans of Lennon or people that were out, because there's multiple people YouTube channels that talk about Umar, that talk about a lot of these dudes. Yeah. So he got on some shit he took it upon himself to just be the defender of a lot of the weird shit, and his way of doing it was threatening motherfuckers, and so he hired a gay dude to like read a script and say that he slept with Lennon. And because Lennon's like, he has a wife with like 5-6 kids. Yeah. He always shows them on his YouTube. Right. He does his shit from his house. Right. And he has a cat. He's just a regular family dude, right. But he's funny as hell. And he sits there singing, playing the piano. And he's just a cool little calm older dude, maybe in his like early 40s, mid 40s. So he's not like the no jumper type dude, no hip hop, and he's just a smooth older barbecue black dude that you see in the backyard at the family reunion. He's that nigga with the linen shorts on. The nigga's name is Lennon, nigga, Lennon on it. But he's a smooth dude, but he tried to put that, he's gay, and this is the proof. And it was some gay dude acting like he was getting interviewed and talking about he's doing all this nasty shit with Lennon. Turns out Flacco wrote all the shit for the gay dude to say. Like on some like, this is what he said. Wow. And it's like, so Lennon, he's like, this dude he just graduated like a week ago. And that he's documented his whole journey of like, bro, I went to school for all these years and I just graduated and Umar still ain't got the schools open. That's like his point. So at one point, one of his viewers was like, yo, the dude that tried to expose you with the gay shit is on No Jumper now. And Lennon was like, I don't even really care. Like, let him do his thing. And then me watching Lennon live, and then it was like the dude from like, and I'm in my head, I'm like, the dude from like last year.
Okay, so the question I got is, okay, when he did all of this and he was acting like this, I mean, do you think that was
Frederick Jallah?
That's
Frederick July.
Frederick, exactly. That's the name Lennon would say, and he was like Frederick Jala, but the way Lennon said like Jala. So that's all I was like thinking it was Job or something, but that's him. And so he wasn't Poetic Flacco in 2021, at least not on.
They got the court document right here.
Exactly for the case.
Oh, the plot gets.
It's Archibald versus Johnson. And it was against, the plaintiff was August Archibald, and the defendants are Umar Johnson, Frederick Jallah, and there's one other name, Shaquem. I can't see the rest of the name.
I ain't talking because I got lips, nigga. I'm just saying, like, niggas, it's truth. And I'll watch this unfold, just being watching the YouTube shits on my regular YouTube people I watch. And then when I watched him on No Jumper for about 2 months, and I didn't like him from the jump, and I just thought he was a weirdo. And then I watched when that person was on Lennon's live, and he was just like, "Yeah, good luck to him, whatever." Like he didn't give a fuck, and I'm like, Frederick, and then it clicked in the voice because I said he would be like in clubhouse rooms, kind of like clubhouse type rooms where it's like a couple other YouTubers, and it clicked of the stuttering, the voice, and I'm like, nigga, that's Flacco. And like to myself, I had that moment like, so, and that makes me look at kind of like Adam of like, what is this dude? Why is this dude on this platform and he has no real background in any type of like.
So niggas do background checks and check credentials and shit like that.
But as far as like, look at everybody else on the show.
Where are you really coming from?
Where
niggas are saying they from North Dakota.
And he got exposed that he was from Philly.
From Philly.
And when all the people was called in and it was like he was really got exposed, and they're like, who would lie about being from North Dakota? Like, that's weird. Most niggas from North Dakota would lie and say they was from Philly. That's like, and in my head, I'm like, maybe he witnessed some shit, and witness protection move you to weird ass places like North Dakota.
Wow.
So I'm saying that dude being me knowing and seeing his past live, like seeing and hearing the shit he would say, and knowing him like this nigga's a weirdo, and him never really trying to. When niggas get on him, he'd jump out the rooms or just go away for a week, to where he just went away after all the Fed shit happened, and he just vanished, and then he just pops up. Why is this nigga on one of the biggest like platforms?
So I mean,
like with other like names, that just doesn't make sense to me.
Obviously, he's not the main protagonist, or you know what I'm saying, in this. So do you think Adam kind of knew what he was doing when he brought him aboard?
It makes me think, It makes me think it's something else. He got some little diabolical plot for hip hop or just for the culture. I don't know. It's weird.
You think he was a plant that was put in there to stir the pot with everybody? Because it seemed like he was going to everybody and getting in their ear like, hey, don't fuck with him, or don't fuck with her.
Yeah, how he told Almighty, don't let him stick you with Gina.
Yeah.
And how when they went off on him about that. That was like the first real kind of, and how No Jumper is like in shambles right now.
You already know about my show. I've been trying to I've been reaching out to. I've had a few little correspondence with him on the gram, and you know what I'm saying. And I've been telling him that I do want to interview him, and that's the kind of stuff that I want to get to the heart of. This ain't no, I think
nigga Adam was watching my stories a couple weeks. Like, remember I told you that was like a couple weeks ago. I was like, you know, you just look through your viewers, and I done had some weird. Nigga, I had Sil watching my story. Nigga, Kiss My Rose.
They just people, bro.
It is, and that's what it boils
like
down
you and
to.
Me, they would just one day was just scrolling on some shit. This looks interesting.
Yeah, fucking Kid followed me from Kid and Play and shit. I'm like, nigga,
that's what I'm saying. They do that.
Dope. But when I saw that, I was like, Adam,
that ain't nothing.
It just made me think like, damn. So when like we were talking about earlier, there's no. We on the same. I've always just said we in the same.
Manny Fresh just looked at my story the other day.
That was the year I made the post. He was on my shit. I'm like, same shit. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, he looked at my shit. I made a post about it. Like, this nigga Manny Fresh in my fucking just watching shit. Like niggas just be at home just chilling in the lawn chair.
Yeah, just like. I'm gonna show these niggas some love. Like. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we.
And so, I think that's just my take on that nigga Java. Like, he was just a weirdo that, like I said, I feel everybody at No Jumper has a place. House Phone is a designer, rapper, LA dude. Fucking Blasey is a major designer that niggas know. Fucking 80 is 80, Compton, LA nigga that's just the real Batman of the Crips and all. Like, how he say that is just like he's a real solid nigga that where he takes care of his people, put all his with his OG, got a fucking show on No Jumper. Like, and I've been friends with Suicide on Facebook for like 10 years on some music shit.
Suicide,
like, that shit, when I seen that, so that's even doper. Like, just people you even though in this era you can genuinely know people now without really meeting them. Other than like when you be friends with a nigga for 10 years on Facebook and like they shit and y'all talking comments here and there, but just to see that, like, that's dope. But everybody, that's what I'm saying, everybody there has a place and is a known kind of established. T-Rail did his shit with Tiger and his clothing, and everybody fucking what's the other dude on there? Fucking Yuri has his show and his clothing, and it's just they also, what is this dude that Sharp was known from Soft White Underbelly, from the streets, from everything before he got there. Almighty Suspect, Lush, all these dudes have a resume and they're known people to like real people that have real opinions. What did this weird dude that's only known for threatening women and doing weird shit on the internet do to kind of sit at that table, that round table of like established?
Yeah, they've done real shit outside of the internet.
Okay, listen.
That's my main thing.
To make a reputation for themselves.
That's my thing with that. Like, why is he sitting at the round table with these knights of the round table?
I'm about to fuck y'all up though, okay? Because I'm kind of neutral about Adam because I'm a journalist myself. I've seen some things with some artists and performers that they wouldn't want nobody else to see. And this just because I was in the room or I happen to be walking by when it happened or whatever because I'm in one of them
wrong
rooms.
Place, right time.
You feel what I'm saying? And in my journalistic integrity, that's what I live by. So certain things, bro, if they didn't know about something that they was being watched by one of us, you got a certain responsibility to say, you know what, I'm not even going to take that to the stage because I know what my platform can do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like certain things. So when he did certain things, like the whole thing with House Phone and stuff like that, like when I've watched it and when he did it, because I went back, did the homework, watched the video with her. That's what I'm saying. With her. The video with her. You see, we got careers now, Graham, so we kind of talk like that.
Honestly.
So that was the show he did with her when she, and I heard the unedited part. I seen the text message Adam sent to the editors. Can you take that out? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you the man. Your finger on the button. You can call that. You got nigga A1 bat. You got A1 bat phone
shit don't have to come
Josh,
out.
nigga. You can call him and say, bro, do not run that. You understand me?
Your call.
Who gonna win that argument? If I'm Adam 22 with the platform, everybody know who the fuck I am. Nigga, I can get on the microphone and talk shit about you, and niggas will run you immediately without even knowing who you are. And then you who you are, right? And who you think gonna win that argument? He not about to press the
nigga that signed the checks.
That's the talent.
The nigga that signed the checks, like I said earlier at the beginning of the show.
He might not know. Josh is a nigga that's racking it up. You better believe that nigga getting dough.
But Adam the nigga that signed the check for him to get the dough.
And Adam is the nigga that creates the checks, my nigga.
Exactly.
I bet you Josh is the one that's signing them motherfuckers.
Exactly, because that's his brother-in-law too.
So that's what I'm saying. So if he talked to him, being that that's family, He can tell him, bro, do not.
I totally forgot about that.
Do not run that. Do not. It's not gonna happen.
And that was just weird.
Won't be no edited versions. Won't be no. It's coming down.
It's not coming out. Like, and we've had that situation here with somebody coming on here, and I was like, hey, bro, like, yeah, well, I was like, you can not have like let him just sit through and think he got this interview on, and as soon as he left, like, fuck that shit, he deleted whatever, but that shit, and fuck that nigga, and it never came out.
And it wasn't even and I'm not even. What's up. But look though, and then I'm not even gonna even come down too hard on Adam about the situation, because like I said, he's a journalist. So he kind of doing what's in his blood. He pushing for the big story, for the big blast.
You
know what I'm saying? Could you imagine to be the one nigga that broke the story about Megan Thee Stallion and the Tory Lanez, like the actual first person?
Yeah, that'd be the new TMZ.
Nigga, you the nigga.
You can really literally start a new TMZ.
So I understand that feeling and the juice you get as a journalist when you get a story that everybody don't have. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna come down, but bro, that was your fucking dog. That nigga was with you from day one, bro.
That shit was shady.
You think that niggas wasn't already coming to house phone, his family, people, whoever around him was already coming to you, watching the other shit you was doing and coming to him and be like, yo, bro, man, you sure you want to really fuck with this dude?
Like, this nigga.
And he held you down?
Super cool.
You just don't take that kind of chance, because now that...
And while the whole time while we're going through with his family shit, especially with his mom and shit, and that, because he would always talk about that, because nobody knew. He always late, he always is, and then the whole didn't care, because he never was putting it out that he was taking care of his fucking mom. Till he had to put it out, because they kept trying to like run his name down, and he kind of spazzed on him the first time about that. Like, bro, I'm taking care of, I'm not no, like, y'all act like I'm just some drug addict nigga that's just high as fucking a ditch somewhere. Right. Like, nigga, I'm taking care of my fucking mother. So then they kind of fell back off of him in the jokes and understand why he was late, or he being late to his own show or to whatever. So it just to still try to play him when you seen he just went through all that and finally lost her, and that shit was foul all the way around. Okay. So shout out to him though, because they got reconnected like about the pop.
But what about the fact that that same man dug out that man's wife before?
I didn't even look into the details of that. I just saw that. I saw that I got on YouTube this morning and I saw that and was like, I just kept going. And he know that's how he be. He don't give a fuck about me when I talk to Cam.
Because I just look at a lot of that shit. I'm like, that shit messy.
And I look at it like
I don't even really want to. You feel me?
But I look at it as like you're our colleagues and competition. So I have to know what you on. Yeah. I have to know what you're doing, because I'm steps ahead of you, or I'm catching up to you. Like, so no matter, and that's how I looked at rap, when niggas would be like, oh, why you listen to this nigga, that? No, nigga, I gotta know what's going on with every other rapper.
That's what separates niggas like you and me from a lot of these niggas. We already know the names of the niggas that get the story, and it's so quick to go because they want to get everybody else's reactions. They want the numbers. But that's what I'm talking about when I talk about journalistic integrity. That is not a phrase that we throw around in entertainment anymore.
At all.
At all. It's not used. And whenever I say it, people look at me like I got shit on my face. So it's like, you do have to have a sense of journalistic integrity, bro. You have to be willing to say, no, I'm not going to ruin this because I know what I can do with this information. And no matter how big you get, my mom, God rest her soul, she always taught me, man, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Yeah. So I've lived by that, and that's why, man, bro, I take it the way I'm doing it now. Because it's been working just fine.
Because how you live.
You feel me? Without the shortcuts, without any of that. So, my final word on the Adam situation and all that, bro, is like, Adam, bro, be careful what hills you want to die on, bro. What you want to go hard for. You sticking up for your girl, absolute. That's your brother, your kids, and your wife. You did the right thing. You stood up on that. But these other little situations you sticking your nose in and trying to get people to rub off on I'm telling you, bro, I'm in the streets. And I'm not a gangster, none of that, bro. But I be at these parties, I be moving around, and these niggas all know who you are, bro. But you don't know their faces. And I'm just saying, the way niggas talk about you is like, bro, if I ever heard them say my name, I be hearing that. And I'm like, bro, like, I don't do none of that. But I hear it in the conversation. I don't got nothing to do with that. But, bro, all I'm saying is you need to chill. I know you feel good sitting on your high heel in Burbank, but let me tell you something. That same nigga that's getting involved with that get involved with Sharp, Mr. Wack 100, you better believe you keep him happy, because that nigga he'll show you real quick How he can make you feel uncomfortable. And this is not no, you know what I'm saying? I'm not giving whatever. I'm just saying the nigga name because the nigga,
these are jokes.
He can get niggas to run up on the studio if he wanted to say, he said it. That's what the nigga said. So I'm just saying, so R&B, just be careful, bro. Pick what heels you want to die on, bro. Family is cool, but stop outing your cast members and your closest homies for that
messy
story,
hood
bro.
Too,
for the messy hood shit, because the messy hood shit just leading to.
And just the bad shit that he ain't gonna have.
That's what I'm saying.
He gonna be sitting in wherever condo or mansion while the niggas he interviewed is either in jail or under a sheet. Yeah. And like that's foul. Like it's like not like everything is blamed on him, but that's a lot of that. And that was Milk's main issue of nigga. You interviewed me, told me it's cool to come back, and blah blah blah. Then the next major interview you got out is a nigga with my hood whacked out on his shit.
Shout
like you know what I mean? And he like so that was kind of weird to run that. And like of course you're gonna do business and interview him, but to do it right after the nigga, that was what was like the messy part. So we gonna close it out. It's your boy Tony Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. And I'm going to be at, I'm doing a show tonight. Just check my story. We're going to be in Hawthorne. It's going to be cracking, so pull up.
Okay, hey, yo. It's your boy that always shine to get them promos right on time. That's right. The promo king himself. Product 5 Staxx and counting. And you can tap in with me at 5Staxx_showcase, man. And all the other platforms is Cali's Finest Radio. Tap in, bro. Every Thursday night, 8 p.m., man, Pacific Standard Time.
Yes.
Power Radio Nation. Broadcasted live through iHeartRadio.
It feel good to like listen to like shit through like it was a radio back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, when you hear you like, I like shit like that. That's why I always liked iHeart the app.
Yeah.
Like, cause it just have like currency radio or you just go, but I like that. It's just being up maybe of my age. I like that feeling of that old school. Just tune in and listen.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
That's dope.
Okay, well, I'm cool as Cam. The coolest motherfucker on the planet.
Feedback.
All right, I'm ready. Tap in with me at COOLAZZCAM. Tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture. And we out of here.
Peace. Innovative comedy.